Hey, it's Patrick Brewer here, Brewer Consulting. I am here with Aaron Hatch. He is an advisor, younger advisor up in Redding, California. He's been with our program for a little bit over a year. Aaron was one of the first people to join Brewer Consulting. And I know a lot of advisors, when they're thinking about joining, they're worried that they're not going to get the desired result, which is more clients. So I wanted to bring Aaron on here so that he could share his experience, having been in the program for about a year now. So Aaron, if you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself and maybe giving us a little bit of a background of kind of your experience in the business and then also with Brewer Consulting.
Yeah, sure. Happy to be here. So I'm Aaron Hatch, CEO, co-founder of Woven Capital, which is a financial planning firm up in Northern California. And I work specifically with people in tech, so people that work at some of the big tech companies like Google, Apple, Facebook, Mozilla, eBay. And I got started with the Brewer program after being in business for myself for about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years. At first, it was a rocky start for me, at least. There was probably 3 months, and I was grinding. I was having calls, wasn't closing much, and then I don't know, something clicked. Since then, I brought on about 20 clients, averaging couple per month. I even took a couple months off for vacation and the holidays. So I don't know. It works.
Nice, man. Where do you feel like you're taking your practice now?
My goal right now is I'm pushing to try to get to 4 clients per month. It was averaging 2 clients, but I think some of these clients come back around as is like that's the idea. Now that I have a network on LinkedIn, I'm hoping to kind of go back around and say, okay, like been with you, connected for a year. What's changed, what hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Can I be of help?
That's the beauty of it, right? It's like you can you can continue to stay in front of people and you can continue to stay top of mind so that when they do go through a transition, you've already invested in becoming relevant to them, right? And building up.
Exactly. Well, and with some of these clients, I mean, out of my 20 clients, not all of them, some of them were just kind of once-off financial planning clients, but they've become a customer, and so I can talk to them, I can re-engage with them. I would say about, I don't know, 60% have stayed clients, and then the other 40% have kind of one and done sort of deal. But you know what, in 3 months, 6 months, a year, I imagine lots of them will re-engage and say, yeah, okay, now my life has changed, or I've changed jobs, or I've had a kid, or got a new grant of stock from Facebook. What do I do now?
For sure. So as far as like the way you've structured your business, can you talk to people on the call a little bit, talk to them about how you've structured your pricing, your service model, just give them a little bit of an overview for those that are maybe either considering going independent or are just starting their firms, or maybe have had a firm for a while and just kind of curious to see what us young bucks are doing out there in the financial planning space.
Yeah, so I structured my firm to be somewhat location independent. I do have some local clients up here in Northern California, but I live 3.5, 4 hours away from most of my clients in the Bay Area who work at Facebook, Google, Apple, et cetera. So I do some assets under management, but I've been focusing mostly on doing financial planning. That's kind of a combination between doing those once-off financial plans, which typically range between $1,500 and $3,000, and then I'll do kind of the ongoing coaching and planning and kind of more long-term engagement, and that's at usually a $1,500 price point up front, and then $200 to $300 a month, depending on the complexity and how much hand-holding the client needs.
Awesome. If someone was to ask you, like, would you recommend joining Brewer Consulting and adopting this kind of marketing, sales, and expanded framework, since now we're pushing into client experience and process and all the other stuff that comes with scaling a firm, would you be optimistic about the outlook for that person if they were to join? Like, what feedback would you have for them?
For sure, I would say if you don't have a process, that's not something that you grew up in the business doing. I hit my 10-year mark in the business, and I grew up in kind of the back office, doing financial plans, all kinds of things. But I didn't grow up in a BD world where I was out, making cold calls. So if you don't have a system that works, I think Brewer Consulting and the systems that you guys have prototyped and rolled out and kept prototyping until you figure out that it works.
Keep rocking it.
Keep rocking it. I think it's been invaluable, at least for me.
Awesome. Aaron, thank you so much for your time, man. It's just really grateful to have guys like you in our program, and I'll look forward to continuing with the team to evolve it and, just continue to make it relevant for you in the future and hopefully help you scale your firm out here in the next couple of years, buddy.
Cool. Hey, thanks, man.